Hello everyone, my name is Next, and today I will show you how to build the best flower farm in the game, period. I think there is no way to beat this actually. So as you may know, my previous flower farm design suddenly started crashing worlds and realms, and it's not the fault of the design, it's just that all flower farms suddenly started crashing worlds. So yeah, thank you 1.13 for that, you're breaking basically everything. But yeah, this design, it doesn't crash anything, and it is insanely efficient. So for every stack of bones you put into this farm, so that is 3 stacks of bone meal, you get a full box of flowers. So yeah, you get 27 stacks of flowers per 3 stacks of bone meal. So basically 9 flowers per bone meal, which is crazy. And you may be wondering, how does this work? Why is it so efficient? And I will show you. So my flower farm only farms one type of flower, and that is because of a new mechanic introduced in 1.13, which is that you can directly bone meal a flower to make more of the same flower appear around it. And you know, like that, it's not very efficient, but there's actually some very weird behavior. So if I just dig a block into here, if the flower is 1 block lower, it will spawn a lot more flowers. As you can see, that instantly spawned like 1, 2, 3, I don't know, like 10 or something. It's crazy. And yeah, it doesn't slow down. It's just that crazy. So yeah, 1 bone meal on average gives you 9 flowers. And whew, very, very great. And so since this farm relies on that mechanic, it can unfortunately only farm one type of flower at once, but that's fine because you will be having 9 stacks in 20 seconds, that's right. It will use a full stack of bone meal in 20 seconds and it will output 9 stacks out of it, which equals to about 103,000 drops per hour, which is crazy. So we can just take a look down here. This right here is where you swap out your flower, so we just have a cornflower right here. You can just input your bone meal right here. So you just input that and then you toggle the lever. And as you can see, it starts farming these flowers like crazy. And like I said, it doesn't crash any realms unlike the previous design, because the crash only actually happens when a dispenser bone meals the grass blocks. And now it dispenses the bone meal onto the actual flower. And that is completely fine. It doesn't cause any crashes. And as you can see, that is already empty. Yep, that is already empty, and everything is being unloaded by these 4 double speed minecart unloaders. And you can put obsidian in front of them, by the way, if you don't want like the piston noises, but I think it's just fine like that, and it's also pretty cool. So yeah, as you can see, it's insane. I already farmed some before, but like I said, 1 stack of bone meal gives you 9 stacks of flowers. So since this only farms 1 tall flowers, you might be considering to build a 2 tall flower farm, but trust me, it's not worth it at all. So basically you gain 9 stacks of dye out of 1 stack of bone meal, and with 2 tall flower farms you gain 2 stacks of dye out of 1 stack of bone meal. So the ratio of bone meal per dye is much worse for double tall flowers, especially considering that, yeah, you can have the same flower colors for all of the double tall flowers. So sunflowers are equal to dandelions. Oh, and that brings me to my next thing, is that when you bone meal dandelions directly, it spawns some poppies, and when you bone meal poppies, it spawns some dandelions. But it's very minor, you still get about 7 or 8 stacks of yellow dye if you bone meal an actual dandelion, and then some leftover red dye. But for all the others, you get the full 1:9 ratio. So you get 9 flowers per 1 bone meal. And yeah, those are all the dye colors you can farm using this. So yeah, not even worth at all farming these 2 tall flowers. Just make these. And for the Lily of the Valley, I would not recommend it, because you're inputting bone meal anyway, and you can craft that bone meal into white dye. So no, don't go with that. But for cornflowers, which is blue dye, it's very, very useful. So yeah, definitely build this farm, and that is why we're going to do the tutorial now. So these are the materials that you're going to need for the flower farm itself. Of course, you're going to need your single 1 tall flower that you're going to put in there. And the glass right here is also optional. You can replace it with solid blocks, and the amount of solid blocks is approximate. Alright, you're going to want to start off by placing a temporary block and just chest on top, double chest, And then make 3 more double chests with 1 block of spacing each. So just like that, and you can remove those. That is where all of your output will be. You can now put hoppers on top. This is so the double speed minecart unloaders can go in there. Actual blocks on the back, so we can put the comparators on top. Blocks that the comparators face into. Add some dust. More salt blocks on top of the comparators. And now we're going to place some temporary blocks right here so that we can place the fence gates, because you still cannot place floating fence gates. Alright, now place your... Actually, don't place that yet. Place some rails, temporary rails like this, or let's break that one. There we go. And now we can place our pistons, just like this. And our torches on the side of the pistons, and that will be our minecart unloader circuit. So now that we got our minecart unloader set up, we're going to want to go out by 8 from this right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And just pull it along so it makes one nice rectangle. And do the same on the other side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, blah blah, whatever. You can count, I cannot. And yeah, there we go. So next up, just put 1 salt block here, 1 salt block here. Some salt blocks right here. And just like that, and there we go. Now we're going to place in our powered rails already. So place 2 powered rails like this, 3 like this, 3 like this, like this. And this minecart unloader will handle 2 rows because flowers get less crowded as they go to the outside. So more flowers will appear towards the inside. And yeah, so next up, let's just place in our rails, our normal rails. So just take start from the outside and take your normal rails, just like this. Do the same on the other side. Keep in mind, if you have issues with rails connecting where they shouldn't, it's probably an issue of your direction, because rails are pretty directional. They like to connect if they are not facing the proper way. So yeah, just like this. In that case, just break that right here and that right here. So yeah, there we go. And yeah, pretty simple. Now take your levers, go to the back side right here, place 1 lever, power it, lever, power it, and go below. And we can just go right where this utmost rail is, so just like this. Over that, did that power? Yes, it did power. And do the same right here, just align it. And there we go, all the rails are powered. Now we're going to take our pistons again and place 3 just like that. And like that as well. And 3 on top of here as well. This will push the grass back and forth. And then just place 3 rows of 6 on each side. So you will notice that if you use this flower farm, sometimes they will split, they won't stay together. And that is completely fine, it does not bother the efficiency of this farm at all. And now we can take our solid blocks, so just pull it like this. Do the same on the other side. And just pull a frame all the way around it. Like this. And then just close off right here. Put 1 block right here. And then we're going to place in the actual grass where the flower is going to sit. So you want to go right to the center. So this is where there will always be, you know, a 5 wide space for the flowers to grow. So place 1 temporary block right here. The grass, break that. And you could place your flower now, but I'm not going to do that. So now you're just going to place your actual dispenser right here. Take your sticky piston. Actually, you can break that block. Sticky piston is going to go right here. 1 observer right here. And 1 observer like this. And this is going to be the toggle for your farm. So just pull this above right here. And there we go. And now take your redstone dust and pull it all the way across, and this will actually keep the pistons pushing the grass back and forth and also power the dispenser. Alright, now place your glass or salt blocks, but I'm just gonna do glass, just like this. This is to give us a clear view of what's happening inside. Again, you don't have to do this, but I think it looks better. Just finish by placing your lever on top, below the sticky piston. Don't place it on the actual dispenser, because then it won't fire at all. So just below the sticky piston. And then, of course, place in your actual hopper minecarts. So now a few last optional steps. You can place some scaffolding here so that you can easily access the grass. And scaffolding is kind of hard to get if you don't have any bamboo, so that would be understandable. But yeah, you can also place ladders if you want, with blocks facing right here. I don't know, just do it however it's most convenient for you. And then of course place your one tall flower. And we can give this a try now, so let's just put our bone meal there. And as you can see, it produces a massive amount of flowers, and it all gets collected by those actual hopper minecarts. And if we take a look inside, as you can see, it's already at half. So in 20 seconds, it will use up the entire stack, and that is pretty great. And as for loss, this farm is not fully lossless, because sometimes a few flowers will spill out here. But yeah, oh, and actually that is worth mentioning, just close that off, because that will greatly reduce the loss. And apart from that, that is pretty much the farm done. So as you can see, we have tons and tons of flowers in here, and yeah, it's already done with the actual bone meal. So yeah, it's all going to be collected, and then you will end up with 9 stacks if you put 1 stack of bone meal there, which is pretty crazy. So yeah, this is the amount of flowers we got from 1 stack of bone meal, and it's just absolutely crazy. So yeah, definitely build this in your world. Alright, that was the full tutorial, so I hope you very much enjoyed this and that you get a ton of views out of this, and I believe you will, because dye is pretty often used, and especially blue dye is super hard to get, but now it's super easy to get. And I know this farm is kind of economy breaking in some cases, but you know, it's just really good. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hit that subscribe button and maybe like. And we also have a Discord server that we recently joined. Not joined, created. Yeah, but yeah, definitely join that Discord server, because there are some really nice things in there, such as my resource pack, and just a nice community to hang out. But apart from that, thank you for watching this. This has been Nex, and goodbye.